Yo, what is up, KK?
What's going on, everybody? Listen to the Phil Weather Podcast. Your boy 2K Suave. I'm joined with Sammy, Vic, and A-Rod. We are back for another week. They haven't kicked us off yet. We haven't been canceled. So things are looking up. How's everybody's week going so far? It's the middle of the week. What's going on?
Oh, you know my week's good. That's for sure.
Shut the hell up.
KK, honestly, I was going to ask you how you're doing, bro. So I haven't heard from you in a few days.
The Phillies are up 2-0 in the series. 2 games away from getting to the World Series. That's all I care about right now.
There you go. Cup half full. I like it.
Listen. Obviously, shit happened on Sunday. Whatever, ain't shit to do about it. You finally got your first victory against the Eagles after all these years. So congratulations. That's pretty much it for me. But I'm ready to talk about some crazy, wacky shit that we've seen, and I want to kick this one off because there's a problem with a certain team in Charlotte, the Charlotte Hornets. I don't know what Michael Jordan must have sacrificed somebody while he was in the NBA because his career as an owner for the Charlotte Hornets / Bobcats has been so horrendous. Like, I don't know, that team needs to be like they try to rebrand it with the Bobcats and all that stuff. That team needs to be removed from the National Basketball Association and put in like Seattle and new ownership or something like that, because it's literally every day there's like new news about somebody doing some crazy shit. Whether it's Mikal Bridges, it's P.J. Washington, it's Kai Jones, it's just so much shit going on there. So the crazy shit I'm seeing is that, what the hell? According to like Brian Windhorst, what the hell's going on in Charlotte?
You meant Miles Bridges. Mikel's a good boy, man.
My bad, not Mikel. Miles Bridges, my Bridges. Yeah. What's going on in Charlotte?
I mean, besides the obvious, we'll touch on that later. For me, I'm 6-0 in a fantasy league. I can't believe I'm 6-0. It's a humble brag for me. But if we want to keep it on another sports-related thing, I think it's just the watching Neymar every time he goes out and plays for Brazil, just tearing his ACL or getting hurt. And sad to say it, but a lot of the players that we grew up idolizing and watching, it's father time is catching up to them finally. So,
Sammy,
For crazy? I got nothing for crazy. Vic, you got anything?
Yeah, how about the United States beating the shit out of Ghana 4-0 yesterday? What an incredible ass whooping! Just from the start of the whistle, Gio gliding across the pitch like an ice skater doing a triple axel, and then Forlan Balogun with the touch of a mother holding her little baby boy. It just everything had me in the feels, man. What a wonderful game for the United States men's national team. Really got us back after that embarrassing second half against Germany over the weekend. So happy to see my boys doing well and doing what they do best, winning in high pressure situations, especially with Gio at the 10. That guy is a difference maker. He might end up being the best United States player ever in the history of the program. Honestly, this guy is incredible. And shout out to Serginho Dest, man. That guy can fucking cook. He just can't play defense. If he could play defense, he'd be the best fucking right back in the world. Seriously.
So what's the outlook for the U.S. soccer team? What are we looking like?
Don't do this.
If we were to play like we played the first half of yesterday's game, of course you have to go limited minutes because it's a friendly, and these guys have games this weekend. So most of our players only played 45 minutes. So if we play that first half against Ghana like that all the time, Gio at the 10, Pulisic and Way on the wing, you got McKinney and Musa in the middle. I think this team, definitely maybe for the first time ever, can make some noise. I think we can get back to the semis in the Copa, I'll be honest. We were there last time we were in the Copa. We were in the semis, and there was a much worse U.S. team. This is a much, much better team. I think we can make at least the semis in the Copa, and hopefully out of the round of 16 in the World Cup. But that's a long, long way away. Right now, we're on to the Olympics.
Vic had us drinking the Kool-Aid last year, man. I'm still sipping, man. I'm still sipping on it. I believe in them,
They're
and
a
I like
coach
Ballard.
away, but A-Rod, they're just a coach away. Like the players
They
are
are.
there.
They are a coach away. They really are a coach away. They have a really good. This is. I will agree with you what you said last year, Vic. This is probably, or what was it, like a year or two ago? You said this is the best team that the U.S. has ever put out as far as
100%.
And the exposure that these players have gotten. Like they're playing in Premier League, they're playing in Serie A, they're playing in La Liga, they're playing in a lot of good places. So they
not
get
only are
play
they
against
playing,
top.
I'm sorry to cut you off, A-Rod. Not only are they playing, but Forlan Balogun plays for the top of the table league team in Ligue 1. Don't roll your eyes, Sammy. They're top of the league. Pulisic and
I
Musa,
thought Liga
top
was
of
a bad league, but that's an argument for another day.
It's terrible, but he's at the top. Serie A, McKinney and Musa at the top. Right behind them, Way and McKinney. And then in the Eredivisie, you have behind Pulisic. I'm sorry. And then behind them, you have in the Eredivisie, you have Melik Tillman, Ricardo Pepi, and Serginho Dest on PSV, top of the league. These are not, these are things that are happening. Giorena, even though he hasn't played for Dortmund this year yet, well, started for Dortmund this year, is starting to come back from injury. I mean, I just like I told you last year, A-Rod, it's a team on the come up. I honestly, Sammy, I think Greg's starting to learn. I mean, moving to a more attacking, looks like with Reina at the 10 rather than on the wing. Things are looking good. Things are looking bright for the U.S.
Vic, let me ask you something, because we're going to be talking a little bit of basketball today as the NBA season about to kick off. So
Sure.
if this was, if we are, let's put this in the terms of international basketball, like FIBA, right? So obviously the United States has been the cream of the crop, and then some teams have caught up over the last 20 years. Who are we if this was international basketball in terms of soccer? What country are we? Like, are we a Spain yet? Are we a France? Are we a where?
No, those see. So when you look at Spain, you look at France, those are kind of contenders, right?
Yeah.
Even Argentina would be a contender. I'd rather put it in the terms, because there's really no team that I can compare. Yeah. So let me give you an NBA team. Let me give you an NBA team instead. Okay. We're like the Orlando Magic of world football.
Damn, that's
we're one of the youngest teams in the league in the world, right? But when you think about world football, look, we're not going to compete for. I'm not an idiot. I don't think we're going to compete for championships, right? I don't think we're going to compete for World Cup titles. But do I think we can make the playoffs? Yeah, I think we can make the playoffs. Do I think if we get hot, we can make a deep a run? Yeah, I think we can make a run, maybe a second round for sure. But do I think we're going to win the championship? No, I know. But right, cool. There's a chance.
We'll see when it comes around what he says. Also, real quick before we jump into topics, watch that David Beckham Netflix special. It's really, really, really good.
Okay. Should I wait till like November, or can I still keep watching Halloween stuff?
You can still watch.
Wait till November.
Actually, this might be a good November one. Yeah.
All right, cool. I'm gonna wait. But anyway, Sammy, what we got on tap today?
Yeah, let me set the table. So obviously we're going to do a little bit of college football. We're going to touch on some of those hot highlighting topics. Then, of course, we got to get to the NFL. Sorry, KK. It's going to be a big conversation for you and A-Rod. I'm probably guys going to have to separate you guys as you guys fight. Then, obviously, our cream of the crop, we're going to get into the NBA and start previewing some of that NBA stuff. So, obviously, as soon as we start, my cat always likes to start screaming. So, I apologize in advance. It always happens. It's right on cue every single time.
What's your cat's name, Sammy? I don't think the people know.
The one screaming is Misty. And I got this one over here just chilling. She's vibing, so.
Misty and Dusty ass.
Misty and Dusty ass. Yeah.
Hey, Misty, chill out.
Put Misty in the microwave.
I will.
Whoa.
Teriyaki chicken. All right. So the first thing we got on college football. So I kind of want to touch on topic base. We don't have to go into every single game and like break it down. But I think the big thing from this past weekend, I mean, besides some of the other games, was I don't know if you guys watched that Notre Dame USC game. I have to take back I have to eat a little bit of crow on what I said about Notre Dame. Granted, I think I'm still right. I think Notre Dame's offense is really boring, but I guess that's the point of it. It's just a really bad offense. But their defense is insane. And I think we saw a little glimpse of what Caleb Williams could potentially be in the NFL. And I guess my question to you guys, he went 23 for 37, 199 yards, a touchdown, and 3 picks. So we haven't seen him throw a pick, right? I guess, didn't he go like 2-3 seasons without throwing a pick, or maybe 1 or something like that? But he threw 3 in one game. This was a really good defense. He looked like he struggled the entire game. Now, my question to you guys is, are you wavering on your hype, if you had any, on Caleb Williams coming into the NFL next year?
I'll let you take this since you're like our resident USC fan.
I mean, I'm really not. It's like a rivalry game. So USC and Notre Dame are historical rivals against one another, the programs. So both of them are coming out gunning, and one's going to come out stronger than the other, of course. I just think people are human. They're going to make mistakes. It just sucks that this is kind of like the table that we set to talk about Caleb Williams, and if he's digressed or is he fake or this is not. I still think he's great. I just think I was kind of right too when I said that USC's team historically has always been stacked from defense to offense. They're a powerhouse of players that come out of there, and this is kind of the last few years outside of the quarterback. Usually the quarterback is the question mark. They have first-round quarterbacks going to the league, but most of the time they just become journeymen or backups, or one of them will do very, very well or something like that.
Are you proving my point or what?
I don't see that's the case. I kind of see him throwing to like haystacks kind of out there, man. I don't see the offense as being one of the best offenses I've seen him playing with, but I personally think everybody has a bad game, and next game he'll go out and shred Arizona State or something like that, and we'll be like, oh, we were kind of wrong on that. So
right, no, absolutely. And I guess the point of that was like, does that make you slightly hesitant? Like hesitation.
I'm not. I would take the guy. The only thing I'm hesitant on is rooting for USF football the rest of the year, because I'm not taking that take anymore.
Oh, yeah, don't fall for that bullshit.
They
had me up here, and
you had me keg standing that shit beginning of the season. I was like, hell yeah.
I was talking about shit at work. Now people talking shit back to me. I can't do that. All right, listen.
I met a FAU guy the other day, and he was grubbing it in. He was like, "Oh, you went to USF?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "How'd you know?" He's like, "Your polo," and then just giving it to me. I was like, "All right, bro, Sammy, you did this shit."
Save it.
Wait, you were wearing a polo, and you asked him how'd he know?
I had no idea. I forgot. I just grabbed it and put it on. I forgot.
Dude got ready drunk.
He's so disassociated with USF right now. I don't remember he was wearing the damn polo.
It was a showing for work, and I just like grabbed a shirt and left.
All right, listen. So first and foremost, Caleb Williams' next game is against his House of Horrors, Utah, and we saw how that shit played out last year. So we gonna see how that looks. Now
that humbled him.
We'll see. So from I listen to people all the time. I listen to these college football experts, and I've seen both sides of the coin when they talk about Caleb Williams. Obviously, I've known about Caleb Williams since he was in high school. Like, the talent's obviously there. The problem is he's playing with Lincoln Riley, right? And Lincoln Riley will make the worst. He'll make the worst looking quarterback ever a Heisman contender. Lincoln Riley is a genius, right? So he has an amazing coach with him. So Lincoln Riley might need to take his wagon too and go to the NFL with Caleb Williams so that they can keep that marriage together. That's what I would do, right? But as far as Caleb, now, what some of the experts I hear them say, they say like how he's able to extend plays and just run around in the backfield for 30 seconds long before he finds somebody open is not sustainable, because Notre Dame, they play like a professional football team when it comes to defense. Like that has been their staple. So, and Utah, the same kind of staple. Like they're going to give you a lot of different looks. So, for Caleb, he's going to have to learn how to make quicker decisions. I think he needs to play more Notre Dames between now and when he decides to go to the NFL, because, Bryce Young, for example, like Bryce Young in the SEC defense, he was able to carve all these people up. Now, when you play with human beings that are like twice your size, and all of them are twice your size, it's a little different. We saw with Kyler Murray, it's a little different. So, Sam Darnold,
all our guys.
I mean, who else? Who else came from Lincoln Riley? Well, Jalen Hurts. We'll talk about Jalen Hurts later. But what was the other one that came? Baker Mayfield. Like the NFL is a different animal. So you may look so good in college, and I know the talent's there. He's still to me the number one pick. But now I can see why, like some of these people are so enamored with like a Drake May, or some of these people are so enamored with Michael Penix. Because in my head, I'm like, there's no way he doesn't go number one. But then, you know, when you start paying attention and actually like reading and like seeing the type of offense that they run, you could see why people would waver. I probably still want Caleb Williams on my team just because I mean I've seen him make throws that not that many people can make, which is not always going to win you games, but damn, it's just it looks good, right?
You see Penix cooking on Saturday? Penix was cooking.
Penix is winning the Heisman this year. I don't know what the numbers are saying right now, but I'm gonna go all in on Michael Penix Jr. because that's a guy that we need to watch out for to make some real noise in the next level. Kind of like how like Lamar Jackson was like the fifth quarterback picked in his draft, and ultimately he's been the best one out of them. So I feel like because at the end of the day, we have all these college quarterbacks that get drafted in the first round, and only one or two of them ever pan out to anything. So we just have to expect that some of these guys are going to fail. And the way I'm seeing it, the most least likely to fail still to me is Caleb Williams. But damn, like when you see games like this and against Utah and stuff like that, we'll see Utah again next week. Kind of makes you want to like question it a little bit, but I do have to see it next. We'll see how he plays against Utah. If it don't get any better, then I'm gonna come back to you, A-Rod. We gotta talk.
What do you got, Vic?
I'm always wary of a Pac-12 quarterback, drafting a Pac-12 quarterback. They don't play defense in on the West Coast. We all know that. So it's hard to judge the abilities of these quarterbacks. If C.J. Stroud was in this draft, he'd be my number one overall pick still. Just like he would have been this year for me. Unfortunately, Carolina. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Well, and that's why I feel bad for Carolina because they didn't listen to me. These Pac-12 quarterbacks, I think, are all smoke and mirrors. When was the last time, other than Justin Herbert, you've seen a Pac-12 quarterback actually stick around for more than 6 years?
Why you have to take away the one that I was gonna use?
Hey, because Sunshine know how to play.
But that's the thing is like even Herbert hasn't had success. Like he's fucking Phillip Rivers reincarnated. He goes to the playoffs and loses in the first round every time. He hasn't had success. He's just been not shitty. Yeah. You can make the excuses where you want. Regardless, he still hasn't performed in the playoffs like he should have. I wouldn't pay. I wouldn't have. I was weary on him beforehand, but I felt I went with the consensus, thinking okay, this guy is a lock, and then this game scares the shit out of me, 100%. You're tearing up Pac-12 defenses, and now all of a sudden you go against a decent defense, and you get 3 picks, dude. My God, not great. Not great.
But yeah, that's what I got on that one. And then the last question that I had for you guys before we go in and kind of talk about some of the key games was, I mean, we got our resident spokespeople here. I was at A-Rod's house Friday. We were talking about, he was like, it's gonna be a good Colorado game. And later I was like, bro, watch, they're gonna lose to Stanford. And then I get a text at 1 a.m, bro, you were right. So. Is the Colorado hype dead? KK, let's start with you this time.
I'm the Colorado Deion Sanders lifer. I don't give a damn what nobody says about Deion. No, it was bad. So I was out Friday night. I was in Ybor City. I got kicked out of my own house because they were doing a girls' night here, so I wasn't allowed to be home. So I'm out in Ybor City. I'm at gas bars. And I'm watching the Lakers Golden State game on one TV, and I'm watching Deion Sanders against Stanford on the other TV. And it was 29-0 when I left gas bars. So I didn't bother to watch the rest of the game. I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna sleep well. All the haters can shut the hell up. Blah 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 blah.
Famous last words.
And then I woke up at 6 a.m. Just casually. Because I don't know how to sleep in like I'm supposed to. Anyway, I wake up at 6 a.m. I turn on No, I always go on YouTube when I wake up. For whatever reason, YouTube my first thing I always look at when I wake up in the morning. I go on YouTube, and I'm seeing like a headline that says something about like a dramatic, heartbreaking loss by Colorado, and I'm like, this can't be real. It's like there's no way this is real. And then I watched the highlights, and it was real. So Colorado, the problem with Colorado, it's. I mean, going into the season, everyone said the same thing. Like their O line sucks, the D line's not good. They're small in the trenches, and defensively they can't stop a nosebleed. And going up 29-0 and finding a way to lose a game like that at home, that's more than just defense. That's more than just that has to be a discipline thing there. So, and like we talked about a couple weeks ago, even last week, they are the most famous people in college football right now. They got cameras following them everywhere. We saw Shedeur Sanders' NIL deal is twice as much as Caleb Williams. Like they were on game day 5-6 weeks in a row. Like it's a lot.
They have a target on their back. That's a good point.
Their target is definitely there. I mean, coaches are literally like telling other coaches how to defend them. Like it's true when you're a disruptor. Nobody likes that, right? Nobody likes the disruptor. And to me, like, I don't know what happened during halftime for them to come out as flat as they did. I mean, Shedeur Sanders still, 33 and 48, 400 yards, 5 touchdowns. Like he's still putting up pretty solid numbers. He made some mistakes towards the end of the game, which would end up ultimately costing them. And then Travis Hunter, his first game back, offensively, 13 catches, 140 yards, 2 touchdowns, right? It's amazing. But his first game back, he's playing over 100 snaps after he had a lacerated liver. Like they need to, like, clearly he's their best player, but they're asking too much of him at such a young age, especially coming back from an injury like that. They started targeting him. Like, oh shit, let's target the guy. And they're in freaking Colorado. You can't breathe in Colorado. Like, have y'all ever been to Colorado? Like, I remember going up 3 flights of stairs and I couldn't breathe. I was like, God, I'm so tired. I'm out of shape. So, yeah, it's going to take some time. For again, 1 win last year, completely revamped the whole season, the whole team. I still think they should be able to get to a bowl game because, damn, you don't want to start off that well. What are they 4-3? They only need 2 more wins. Like, damn, but this should have been one, but. Yeah, it's going to come down to discipline. They need to. I thought after the Oregon game, they turned shit around with USC, and then it came back and then it won against Arizona State. But this was a step back in the wrong direction. This looked more like the Oregon game. That whole second half was more like Oregon than how they were in the second half against USC. So the identity is there. They just need to, like A-Rod always talks about identity crisis. They need to just figure out what their identity is and go all in on that identity rather than trying to waver and do all these different things. Because the talent is there. It's just you can't come out and give up 19 in the third quarter, 17 in the fourth quarter, and only score 7 points in between that time. Like that's not gonna fly. Not gonna. I'm still a believer though, but that's not gonna fly. A-Rod.
I agree with everything you said. I'm still on the Deion train too, of course. I'm not rooting against the man, and to be fair, Sammy, you said when you were at the house, you said they should beat Stanford because I was like, they may lose to Stanford. He's like, no, Stanford's a horrible program. He's like, this shouldn't be the test for them, is what you said.
I know, and I said, you saw my smile. I was like, they should beat Stanford if they are who you think they are, or if we think they are.
Exactly.
Oh, you're being slick.
but yeah, I think it is an identity thing because you had a commanding lead in the game and they Patrick Mahomes you basically is what they did. They came back and beat your ass. So there's a whole lot of moving parts here if you want to like really dissect it. I don't want to get into the nitty gritty, but it's Deion's first year in a big name program. Historically, these were used to be in the Pac-12. There's some kind of rivalry-ish kind of thing going on there too. But they should have won that game. I'm not trying to like find ways to say, anything like that. I'm just alluding to the fact that, yeah, they did lose and they did lose bad. And just like KK said, I thought after that USC game, I felt like they were going to lose that game, but I thought the way that they performed, they were heading in the right direction. And then the close game with Arizona State, they win at the last second, and then Stanford just blow the lead. So there is an identity issue in there. I don't know if it's bringing all these swaggy kids over from where he was before to the Patagonia wearing motherfuckers he's got there now. So it's got to like be able to mesh. They got to find their identity, and I think Deion can do that. But a bowl game is definitely doable for them for sure. Whether it's the Gaylord South Central bowl, whatever it is, something they'll get something for sure. Because Deion's gonna bring.
There's no way. All they have to do is get to 6 wins because they are the hottest what is it called when they don't automatically qualify because they're not going to automatically qualify for a single bowl. They're going to be the biggest at large, I think, because they're going to have a lot of eyes and sell a lot of tickets.
They're going to sell tickets. It's a business.
Yeah. So whatever, they ain't going to be at no Gaylord Palms, whatever. They're going to be in some big bowl game. But even all they have to do is get the 6 wins, and they'll be fine. But what upsets me the most is that people are still on this train. Is that these guys are assholes. These are the villains, guys. Why we shouldn't be rooting for the villains. And here's why. All right. They're over here fucking celebrating after kicking after barely beating a shitty ass Arizona team. Like, come on, dude. Oh my God. And then fucking Deion Sanders has always been the villain. Right? Yes, he's cool because he, fuck the establishment, whatever. I'm Deion Sanders. I get paid. Fuck. All right, dude, we get it. You're fucking rich. You don't need to fucking throw it in my face every 2 seconds. And it's just like, they're assholes. They're assholes. And I love to watch them lose. So that's all I have to say. I don't have any stats or anything to throw out. You guys gave a much more eloquent discussion than I did. I just want to say that they're assholes.
That was a tremendous quartet, I want
to say there's a difference between being an asshole and just being, they just cocky. I think they're just cocky.
What is there to be cocky about being 4-3?
It's not about the record. Yeah. It's about the kind of presence that they need to bring to the field. But that's the type of player that he recruits. They need people.
How about present me with a fucking win, and then you can be cocky.
All right.
Listen. At the end of the day, we're giving a hard time to kids who are 18 to 21 years old. Like let's chill out. Like let them
was
go
an
have
asshole
fun.
then too.
Go ahead and flash your watch. Like I played intramural sports, and if I scored 2 points, I talk my shit. So. Whatever, bro. Like I want them to go enjoy themselves. It's they're in college. Like let them enjoy themselves. They will learn as they grow up. They will learn.
Said.
Oh, and you can still be an asshole.
And Deion, like, come on, man. Deion is one of the best human beings. Like just because he doesn't talk bad about other people. He just talks good about himself. Like that's what he does. Like he doesn't like go talk shit about your coach. Like all these other coaches all talk shit about Deion. You never see Deion talk shit about no other coaches or any other player or call out anybody. He just talks about how good he is, which is okay. Like it's okay to talk yourself up. But every time he does anything that's a little off, everyone takes an opportunity to take a jab at him, and I don't appreciate that because it's like, bro, like let the man live. So I'm gonna just leave that there.
I prefer humble people.
Okay, that's cool, but cool. Tom Brady isn't humble. I know y'all loved him.
Tom Brady won though.
Tom Brady.
And I'm giving, like I'm saying,
Deion won his whole life too.
Right. But the only thing that I'm saying in this case, in this scenario, and this is something that I said even on the first podcast when we were discussing it, was I want to see it. Like I want to see it. Like I want to see it on the field. I don't want to see it with your talk. I don't want to see it with your past. I know how good you were as a football player. I know how cool you are as a person. But now you're trying to talk shit. Not talk shit, but you're trying to tell people to believe in you there's nothing to believe in yet. You know what I mean? I prefer to let that talk. And I'll be honest, I do appreciate some of the things he says after the losses. I give him credit for that. But, I just want to say I told you so.
Listen, Alabama. Let's just do it. Let's do it. So, what was Nick Saban's record his first couple years at Alabama? Are we like we can play this game?
No, but what was my win total at the beginning of the year?
I don't remember. You said 3?
I said 6.
Okay, cool.
Right?
Alabama. His first year, Alabama.
You cannot compare the two because Nick Saban didn't bring over 45
Let's not head down this road.
recruits
Let's not
with
head
him.
down this road. Let's not head down this road.
There was a time Victor Riley brought all his luggage to USC. No one gave him a hard time, and he's cocky as well.
Yeah, because he's winning. Because he's winning.
Except for last week.
Yeah, let's not go down this road yet.
Yeah,
Let's not go down this road yet. I just wanted to bring it up as a discussion. No. He's gonna win it eventually. I know he's gonna win eventually. Watch, all next year it's gonna be me and Vic eating crow. But let us have our win for now.
It's year one. Like
I know.
Let the man develop a football team that's been 1-10 the last 20 years.
All I'm saying is
They
he's an
haven't
asshole.
done shit in 20 years.
All I'm saying-
let them enjoy this new spotlight that they have.
And yeah,
These kids are like enjoying being in college. I want them to enjoy being in college. I don't want all these grown-up adults telling them they can't have fun. They can't do this and do that. Like, damn, like let these kids just be kids. I don't know. It's just the way we talk about college athletes is like we're all so hard on these kids. I'm like, bro, we were all 18, 19, 20 years old. And God forbid people saw what I was doing at that age. If I was on camera every single day, if I had $4 million out of nowhere, I'd probably act the same way too.
I would
But
100%.
you
I'm going to tell you this right now too. I would 100% agree with you 2 years ago. Right now that you're getting paid, you're a professional. That's the life you chose.
Yeah, I agree.
That's the life you chose.
They were getting paid back then too. They were just getting paid
Under the table, of course.
So you're
but-
furthering my point.
They still had $2 million then too.
Right. So, but you got to prove it. If you want to be a pro athlete, that's all. Well, I'm not saying they're going to be bad. I'm not saying he's going to be bad. I just wanted to kind of ask if the hype is dead or if people are still believing.
My problem is that everyone wants to take a shot when he's down. Like that's I don't like that. To me, it's just like, bro, like come on.
Justin, when he wins, I'll talk shit too.
It don't got to be like that.
All right, so the key games we got this weekend: Ohio State at Penn State, number 3 at number 7. We got 11 Alabama at 17 Tennessee, and then number 4 Florida State at number 16 Duke. So I mean, we've been blessed this year, man. We've got some really, really good games all across the board. But that's really kind of the 3 games that really stuck out to me. Any other games that stick out to you guys for this weekend?
Just hope Michigan can continue to make me happy. That's all I got.
I agree. All right.
Alabama's path to the playoffs starts now.
I mean, John Harbaugh's pretty cocky.
You missed
John
our
Harbaugh's pretty
conversation.
cocky.
You
He's
missed
annoying the shit.
You missed our conversation last week. Jake.
Fuck Jim. Fuck both Harbaughs.
Jim. We stuck through with him after all the years of getting blown up by Ohio State, and now look, he's doing great. Let's just stick through with Deion too, like it's okay.
Okay, let's move on. Let's move on. I think
It's obviously a sensitive subject. My bad.
No, you're fine. You're fine. I think we're gonna move on to an even more
Jim
sensitive
Harbaugh.
subject, so that's why I'm actually kind of nervous. So
It's actually not that sensitive.
Okay.
It's not that sensitive.
All right.
So go ahead.
I'm glad that you didn't overreact to that, even though I'm going to.
His
No, I'm
Phillies are about to be in the World Series. Why the fuck does he care about the Eagles?
Okay, yeah, I agree. All right. Well, first we're gonna let A-Rod sound off because I think this is his time. Obviously, NFL Week 6. Obviously, the big game amongst us as fans, amongst actually a lot of people who watched the game, either didn't expect it or they had some beans or money on it. And so anyway, I'm gonna let A-Rod sound off right now. Tell me how you feel. Tell me what you were thinking, the emotions, everything that you went through during that Jets-Eagles game.
It's the same emotions, man. The defense is holding us. That's what they're doing. They're winning us ball games. And what I was able to see, and people were like, "Oh, Zach Wilson's a good quarterback." He didn't throw a single fucking touchdown, so I don't want to hear that Zach Wilson was a good quarterback. He didn't turn the ball over, which was good. So I was happy for that. But he still looks like not able to understand this offense. And just teams have off days, man. Teams have off days. That's what it is. And I was going into this game expecting to get mollywopped by the Eagles, to be honest with you. But then I started to see Jalen Carter didn't play. Slade didn't play, and Sauce Gardner was out for us. So all I thought was like, man, it's gonna be a throwing day for the receivers today. We were able to contain Jalen Hurts pretty well, and at that last play of the game, I was done. I'll be honest with you. I thought that we lost, everyone was like, "Oh, the Jets might win this." I was like, I've seen this dance one too many times, and I've seen this movie one too many times. And when homie picked it off, I lost it. I couldn't believe it. I could not believe that they did that. But this team, if anything, I'd call them a sneaky playoff contender now. Very sneaky, but I just don't see it. I think there's a lot of pieces missing there. So, but got the best of KK. It felt good.
I wouldn't say there's a lot of pieces.
The last what 2 or 3 times we play, they destroyed the Jets. So it's good to finally get one against the Eagles. But yeah, man. I mean, I'm just rolling what's thrown out there each week. I'm hoping for wins, and if they continue to win constantly, like the Eagles is a big win for me. That's a big win. You know, losing to the Patriots, that shouldn't have happened. I don't get that one, but
I agree.
We'll see what happens.
Me neither.
Yeah. So I mean, it was. If y'all want my honest opinion about Jets football, I really don't care. I really don't care about it this year. I don't. Unless Aaron Rodgers is playing, I don't care. I'm just another dude wandering in the desert still, believing we're gonna make the playoffs and win the Super Bowl. And that's not me, man. I'm a realist. I know this team.
The lie
They'll find a way.
Determined that was a lie. I believe you sent a text message on Sunday saying, "Suck it, KK."
I did.
No, I'm just kidding.
I was in my feelings at that point. I was in mode, but like coming down and just seeing everything that this team does every year. Shit, they won 10 games one year. They won 10 games and didn't go to the playoffs. Like, come on. This is the team I've been cursed with. It's nice to get a win. It's nice to give Philly their first loss, but Philly's going to go to the Super Bowl, and Philly may win it. And I'll be rooting for Philly. I'm not going to lie. I'll be rooting for Philly to win it. So,
all right, KK.
Watching the game, I knew we were going to lose the game by halftime because I'm actually a realist, and I pay attention to my football team. And going into the game, I already knew that Slade wasn't going to play. I already knew we've been dealing with injuries all season long, like everybody else. You know, it's not like I'm making an excuse. But then. I knew Sauce Gardner was going to be down. AJ Brown, 7 catches, 131 yards. Of course, that's exactly what I expected AJ Brown to do. But then on the other end, our whole defense is hurt. Jalen Carter, who's been defensive rookie of the year, type of caliber, he ain't playing. Lane Johnson went out in the first drive of the game. That means we had to move Landon Dickerson to right tackle, and a whole shit got thrown off. DeAndre Swift could have run the ball to save his life, and we always know the Jets' defense has been good for the last couple of years. So it's not like I don't know why people thought we were just going to go in and blow them out. I never expected that at all. The game is we're playing in a tough environment against a team that's desperate that has a good defense. Of course, they were going to show up to play. Bradley Roby, we brought him in. He got hurt. Reed Blankenship, he got hurt. Slade didn't play. Sidney Brown got hurt. Eli Riggs got hurt. Like, we had no secondary and no defense. And then offensively, we couldn't protect Jalen Hurts anymore because the infrastructure was all messed up. We were already out without one big boy, and then we were out without Lane Johnson as well. So it was a nightmare that was waiting to happen. I was sad. I was mad for like 30 minutes, and then I moved on because, like, at the end of the day, it's not like we're going to go undefeated. I would have rather have lost to anybody else rather than somebody on the show. So that's why I ignored y'all. But, at the same time, it is what it is. Like, I'm not really stressed about it. Like, we have a much more difficult game this weekend against the Dolphins because we got nobody to stop Tyreek Hill. We got nobody to stop Jalen Waddle. And we got nobody to stop Raheem Mostert. So,
to be fair, you and I are like the same person. If we win, you're gonna get that one text message. I ain't gonna badger you the whole week. I know that.
I wouldn't. Even if we won, I wouldn't have said nothing to you. I mean, we beat you a couple years ago. I didn't say nothing. I don't say listen. I keep to myself because I don't want to come across as that guy. I'll talk my shit on Instagram, of course. That's my place to go sound off, or Twitter. But I don't like to go after people because it's not my place. I'm not the one that played on the field. So, like, what am I supposed to say? The only team I give a hard time to is the Cowboys because fuck them. That's why. So, but yeah, I'm not whatever. We have a tough stretch coming up. We'll probably lose to the Dolphins. We'll probably lose to the Bills. We'll probably lose to the Chiefs. We'll probably lose in the first round of the playoffs, and it's okay. It's okay. So, the Phillies are up 2-0 against the trash ass Arizona Diamondbacks, and we'll see what happens. Hopefully, we make the World Series, and they can continue to make me happy. Michigan Wolverines continue to make me happy as well. So, amen. I sounded off.
All right, that was excellent analysis. The only thing that I want to say is I was only rooting for the Jets because I just wanted them to get one more win so that we could have just a less record and get a better draft pick, even though we're probably going to trade it away for somebody from Bunker Hill Community College or something like that.
And it's okay. As an Eagles fan, no one likes us. I get it. No one likes us.
I like you guys.
No one likes us. We don't care.
I don't like you guys. It was a division thing for me. I was like, I need the Jets to keep winning.
It's cool. I've been rooting for the Jets all year, so it's all gravy. I'm
Vic.
one of the people who actually cheer for Zach Wilson, but hey, who am I?
Oh, Vic was too.
All right, Vic, go ahead.
Zach?
Sorry.
Jets, Eagles, anything you want to say about it?
No, just the only thing I want to say is if I covered up the score and I showed you the team stats, you would have told me that the Eagles won this game. They led in time of possession. They led in more. They had more plays. They had 100 more offensive yards. They had more sacks on Zach Wilson, 5-2. They were better in the red zone, better on third down. This game was an anomaly and shouldn't have happened. But I'll take the extra win for the Jets and the better draft pick for the Patriots.
So that brings me to our next segment, which kind of made it up on the fly, and I thought it was pretty interesting because we're now 1/3 of the way into the season, and I know there's been a lot of teams that we've talked about, but like we're kind of like, oh, it's too early or this and this and that. So I thought of this segment is, are we there yet? Like, are we ready to believe? So this segment, we decide if it's time to pass the correct judgment on these teams. Will they cruise to the rest? Are they fully not tested? Do you believe in that? And then what is their postseason ceiling, if anything? So we can start right off with the Philadelphia Eagles. Obviously, are we ready to pass full judgment on them? Do they still need to be tested? Just got their first loss of the season. A little bit of a slow offense, but I'm glad Vic pointed out all those tremendous stats that, the Eagles still prove that they're one of the upper echelon teams in the NFL. Now, what is our ceiling for some of them? So this time I'll start with you, Vic.
Some of my Eagles here. So I think they're easily a Super Bowl caliber team. I think they definitely make it to the NFC championship game. I think that is. I think that's where I see them at the NFC.
Is that a lock?
NFC
Is that a lock? Are we locking that in? Should I put my app out?
Yeah, lock that bad boy in. And it's going to be a 49ers Eagles NFC championship game.
All right. What about you, A-Rod?
I agree with that. 49ers Eagles championship game. I still got the Eagles going to the Super Bowl though. I like everything that the Eagles have when they're healthy and all oars row in the boat. They look good. I mean, Jalen Hurts is going to have some bad games. It's inevitable. I'm not here to like down talk that guy, but I could see them going to the Super Bowl this year again.
KK.
I don't see us going back to the Super Bowl. I mean, historically speaking,
I know what you're doing, like the Cowboys. You do the opposite.
No. Historically speaking, the team that loses the Super Bowl the year before does not make it back to the Super Bowl. That's just the way it is. And I know the 49ers lost this weekend too, and all the good teams. I mean, the Bills almost lost to the damn Giants for crying out loud. So these things do happen, but I feel like we have a lot more holes right now than we have positive. Like, what's keeping us afloat is that we have Jalen Hurts, and that's what's helping us. Outside of that, we rushed the passer a little bit better now, but I'm not ready to just throw us right in the Super Bowl because we're about to talk about a few other teams, and one of them I'm like, okay. So, but yeah, I think we're a playoff team, but I'm not ready to crown them for anything yet.
All right, so the second team, obviously you guys, a lot of you guys have touched on it. The San Francisco 49ers. So they're the other team that got their first loss of the season, but I think their case was a little bit different because they had some super key, not saying the injuries the Eagles had were not key, but they got some major key injuries. Thank you, DJ Khaled. So obviously Debo and McCaffrey both out, which I think they said McCaffrey's injury isn't as serious as they originally thought. But with the Niners, right? In my opinion, that's the biggest question mark with them. It's not for lack of talent. I think we've known the last couple of years they have the talent, the caliber to make it far. Are we ready to pass this judgment on them that like we're confident that they're going to get to that next level? They're going to make the NFC Championship, their game, or potentially the Super Bowl. Do we trust this core of players to last the entire season? What do you think, KK?
The only person I still don't trust, and he finally proved me right, is Brock Purdy. He doesn't normally make mistakes, and then he finally started looking like a rookie this past weekend. But not to take anything away from the Cleveland Browns. The Cleveland Browns have been playing very well defensively this year. So we got to give them credit, give Cleveland credit, and obviously the injuries happen. But I don't know, Brock Purdy, he's still Mr. Irrelevant. So like I still need to see some more from him for me to feel like, all right, he's one of them. So outside of that, though, I mean, if they're healthy, it doesn't matter who plays quarterback. It could be Jimmy G, it could be Sam Darnold, it could be Trey Lance. It don't
Mac
matter.
Jones.
Mac Jones, and Kyle Shanahan is a genius. So I trust Kyle Shanahan. So I'll trust him. I don't trust Brock, but I trust Kyle Shanahan.
What do you think,
KK? RB A-Rod.
I agree with what he just said. I think we just need to see more from Brock Purdy. We got spoiled at the end of the last season when he took the job and went undefeated until the NFC Championship game. But staying healthy is key, like you alluded to as well. And you know how my take on Christian McCaffrey, he always gets hurt, and it's always at the wrong time. So hopefully this is the time he gets hurt and gets it out the way. Ayuk is still good. George Kittle is still good without Debo. It's health. It's health and more out of Brock Purdy, because without Debo or CMC in the lineup, he looked like a totally different quarterback. He looked like Mr. Irrelevant out there. And you just threw 3 touchdowns to George Kittle last week. What happened there? You only targeted him once. Like,
what do you think, Vic? Niners.
Listen, I'm not going to get hung up on the Brock Purdy thing because a long time ago, a little 6th-rounder back named Tom Brady made a living out of dinking and dunking and barely getting by before he unleashed the demon that we all knew as Tom Brady. He wasn't always slinging it back then. So I think Brock Purdy could be on the Brock Purdy could be on that same trajectory in my dreams. But I like the Niners. I like them a lot. I think that it's really important for them to get a home playoff game. I think that they are a lot stronger at home than they are on the road. So I like them as a road team. NFC Championship game, as I said before, my NFC Championship teams are the Niners and the Eagles. And I'm going to stick with that unless the Cowboys change my opinion in the next 4 weeks.
I'm glad you said that, because that brings me
Right?
to my next question. And my next...
Well, real quick, before can we talk? I mean, we talk about Deebo Samuel real quick. Like, is he really that good? I'm looking at his career. I'm like, he had one really good year.
there we go.
He's 2 touchdowns last year, 632 yards. I mean,
how many games?
I'm gonna just leave that there.
I mean, he's fine. I think McCaffrey's the one that's the real playmaker on that team.
Yeah,
right?
right.
I think the love for Debo is because a lot of fantasy players got that RB tag for that 1 year. And he's a Army knife now. He can play running back and play wide receiver.
Yeah.
Ayuk fooling us again.
I think Ayuk is a better wide receiver than Debo. I'll be honest, and I think Ayuk is like one of the top wide receivers in the NFL. Top 20 at least, right?
This is a pure wide receiver. That's why.
Yeah.
I love potential. Who do you love? Potential. Who do you love?
Yeah.
All right. So I'm glad you guys brought all those teams up, because that brings me to my next one, and maybe surprising to some, obviously not to us, but the Detroit Lions are 5-1, guys. Are we ready to pass judgment on the Detroit Lions? Are they for real yet? Because they've been proving it to us week after week after week after week. Is it time? I'll start with you this time, Vic.
Every time I hear the word Detroit, I think of Detroit basketball. So here's the thing about the Lions. I like the Lions a lot. I like the culture. I love them on Hard Knocks last year. It was incredible. But let's take a look at the teams that they beat. Right? They beat the Chiefs at Arrowhead. That's pretty fucking impressive, right? They beat the Seahawks. They lost the Seahawks, which is fine because I think the Seahawks are a decent team. They beat Atlanta, beat Green Bay at Green Bay, right? That's a tough win. And then you got the Bucks, who are surging, and the Panthers, right? So, in my opinion, the Detroit Lions are the reverse Miami Dolphins. I like the Lions. I think they're for real. I don't think this is their year where they make a deep run, but they will be my dark horse moving into the playoffs this year for sure.
Hey, Rod.
You know I'm on that Dan Campbell train. Pause. I love that man. Pause. All
KK.
about the Lions.
You can love him, man. Platonically, bro. It's okay, dog. Like, man.
I'm trying
Yeah, I'm all in.
trying to teach y'all to pauses before y'all
I'm all
pause.
in. I'm all in. I'm all in. Chips, all in.
All in on it.
Love
I've
it.
seen enough.
Love
I've
that.
seen
Love
enough.
that. All right, maybe this is going to be a quick one. The Miami Dolphins. Are we ready to pass that judgment? Obviously, they had a little hiccup there for a little bit. So does that give you any pause? Not to say pause, but I mean, that's actually a term. Does it give you any pause in passing judgment on the Miami Dolphins, KK?
I'm scared of them, man. I'm not trying to be that guy that's picking against my team. No, I legitimately don't think we can beat them this weekend, simply because of the injuries that we have. And we're wearing Kelly Green this weekend, which sucks, which is pissing me off that this is the weekend we want to choose to be hurt. But that offense, they are for real. They are for real. And the defense hasn't clicked all the way yet. But Jalen Ramsey's on his way back, and a lot of guys are on the way back. This is a team I would fear for sure.
A-Rod.
Yeah, the Dolphins got their shit together this year. I'll give them that. But it's always a question mark. Can Tua stay healthy? And so far he's been healthy, and I'm chips all in on the Dolphins this year.
Vic, I know you've been kind of hammering on them over the last year, man.
You guys just fucking jump at records, huh? Let's look at who they fucking beat. They beat a 2-3 Chargers team. They beat the shitty ass New England Patriots. They beat the shit out of the Denver Broncos, who suck dick. They got their ass kicked by the one playoff team that they played, the Buffalo Bills, and then they beat the shit out of the Giants and beat the shit out of Carolina. They are frauds, son, and they're going to get exposed this weekend against the Eagles.
I would love that.
Hot take.
I
All right.
love that, but
All right, so I'm going to skip the other one, but I wanted to actually touch on this before we move on to our week key 5 matchups, because I thought this was really interesting, because where are we? Like, obviously this isn't Are We There Yet segment, but where the fuck are we with the NFC South? Like, I have
we've been playing this game.
idea. Like, I was listening to Bill Simmons the other day. One of the things they were saying was they stay away from every NFC South bet. Any gamble with the NFC South, unless it's some sort of like Falcons cover, which I think the Falcons are still pretty decent against the spread. But like any future with the NFC South, they're all staying away from it. So I have no idea. I know they're all bad, but it's like, is there anybody there?
I can guarantee you one thing: the Panthers suck.
Well, yes.
So
Okay, yeah.
The Bears are gonna get a top overall pick on behalf of the Panthers. So that trade looks a lot crazier now. But that's the only thing I can guarantee. Outside of that, it's like, remember what I said about Derek Carr before the season, A-Rod? What's the difference between him and Andy Dalton? It's the same to me, bro. Like, I haven't seen it. The Falcons are literally Heckle and Jai. And then Tampa Bay, we got to pitch a wagon to Baker Mayfield, so it's going to be a bumpy road. So flip a coin.
What do you got, A-Rod, on the NFC South?
I don't even want to touch it, man.
Okay, Vic.
It's a shit show down there.
I got the Bucks.
Yeah? You're still believing in them?
Fair. That's fair.
Yeah. I like Baker Mayfield. I think he and you know what?
He's got that dog in him.
Nah, fuck Baker Mayfield. The Falcons.
He's trying to find the numbers to back it. Can't back it.
No. I wasn't even looking at the numbers. I was just looking at the teams.
Baker's gonna show up at his house, knock on the door, and be like, "Here's a coin, flip it. It's us or the Saints. Pick it."
I'm gonna fade here. I'm gonna go Falcons.
Oh.
I see, and A-Rod, what was I saying before the season? That's a team I would look out for. They got something there. I mean, they just Desmond Ritter. You got to pitch your wagon to Desmond Ritter. Like that's.
Yeah.
I'm saying, like, is Desmond Ritter worse than Baker Mayfield?
Desmond Ritter's been putting up some good games.
That's what I'm saying. Is he worse than Baker Mayfield? I don't think so.
I think
Too
so.
small of the
Well, I mean, Kyle Pitts is woken up, and Drake London looks like A-Rod thought he was going to look. So
Jonnu
Jonnu
Smith
Smith.
is back.
John Smith just had to leave New England.
Bijan Robinson. I mean, the weapons are there.
Oh,
for
Bijan's
Atlanta,
legit,
but-
man. Bijan is
Yeah, he
legit.
is. Yeah. For
And
sure.
they have the 28th hardest 28th strength to schedule remaining.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So
they do have an
obviously
easier
first is
schedule.
the hardest.
Mhm.
So they have easier. I mean, the Bucks aren't that much harder. They have the 25th, but still, I mean, I would have the 28th to the 25th. The easiest schedule remaining though is the Saints, but I think Derek Carr is garbage.
A-Rod, how do you feel about Derek Carr? You ready to call him garbage, or you still okay with it?
I'm okay with him still. I ain't gonna drag that man through it's a dumpster fire in the NFC South. That's all I know,
I
man.
ain't gonna lie, I'm getting cooked.
Yeah.
All right, so let's move on to our Week 5 matchup so we can start touching on some NBA. Pause. A-Rod, give us the breakdown. How did we do last week?
All right, so me and KK won the week with 3 wins. Baltimore, we both went in hot there, took that one. Tennessee was not looking good. New Orleans, we both said that. We were wrong there. You were the dark horse with Houston. Seattle, Cincinnati, we both got Cincinnati. Detroit and Tampa Bay, you and I, Sammy, both said Detroit. Bucks ain't do it.
Yeah.
And then KK tried to do his juju on the Dallas Cowboys, but came out victorious in that one. So
It was close. I would have almost lost that one. It was close.
So 3 wins for me and KK. Put a tally. KK's got 3 wins on the season. I got 2. Vic's got 2. You got 0, bro.
Nice goose egg. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you suck at this game.
I do. I'm terrible at it. I mean, with the spread part, I think I'm pretty good. All right, so picked a couple games here. It's kind of tough, honestly. Again, other than Sunday night, really. Like Sunday night's probably everybody should just skip football for most of the day and watch Sunday night.
I probably will. I need to go for a long walk and just
They're
make sure I
tough.
start praying.
Yeah, this is definitely the Sunday to do it. This is because it's just kind of mid across the board. So the first game that I chose, so I wanted to pick some from 1, some from 4, and then obviously do either Sunday or Monday night. But Monday night's even kind of a dud. So first game, Browns at Colts. So Browns at Colts. So you got the Browns are favored by 2.5. The over under is 40. So let's start with you, Vic. Who you got?
Give me the Browns on the road, and I would even like the Browns to cover here, the 2.5. Obviously, you're gonna lay that down, but you can also I would get the better value on the money line, because that way you have to worry about it. 1 point win. I would just take the money line on the Browns away at the Colts.
A-Rod.
The battle of the backups. I'm going Cleveland.
Let's go Browns. KK.
Whoa, when you say battle of the backups, what do you mean?
TJ
Shawnee
Walker.
playing?
PJ Walker and Richardson's out for the
Deshaun
year.
didn't practice today, but he might play. Who knows? But they might be like, you know what? I'm going. Listen, if it's Deshaun or PJ, I'm going with the Browns. So it don't matter to me.
Yeah.
Don't be that guy, Sammy.
I'm trying to fade you guys. I want to fade you
He
guys because
wants
this is the good opportunity to do it, but I don't know if the Colts are the right team to
No,
pick
you have
to
to
do
find
it.
the right game. This ain't it.
This
brother.
isn't
This
it.
ain't
So yeah, I'm going Browns. All right.
The only way the Colts can do anything is if they run the football well, and the Browns are not letting you run the football on them. So
Correct.
there's that.
All right. So the second game that I did choose was actually not too terrible. It's kind of somewhat watchable. I think it's a pretty good game.
This is
That's
great.
This is a good game.
This is great.
I just don't like the Ravens.
Listen, you're thinking the games. All the games on this menu are all great, by the way. So these are all exciting to me.
Falcons at Bucks.
No, the ones that you put down.
Oh, the ones. Oh, yeah. I was like, wait.
Yeah,
I was looking at Sunday. I
mean, Falcons and Bucks would probably be good too. That's the NFC South. There might be some fights.
Dude, the over/under is 37. I'm gonna shoot myself. Show me a gun.
They just show up at the midfield and flip a coin and say, "Winner goes home." Winner goes home.
Winner gets the division. All right, so Lions at the Ravens. Yes, I thought this was another pretty good game. You got the Ravens favored by 3, over under 43. KK, who you got?
Skip me. I
All
gotta
right.
think about this one.
Vic, go ahead.
Okay.
I had to fill your shoes last week, so you got to do it.
What? Lamar Jackson was my favorite. Is probably my favorite player in the NFL. Love the dude. I think he's the most unique quarterback in the league. He's incredible. But the Lions are 5-1 against the spread. They're +3. I took the Lions +3 on the road at Baltimore, and I think they get the win.
Hey, Rod.
Every time I bet against Dan Campbell, it doesn't look good for him. He tells me all the time, this is why you need to keep voting for me to win these pick'ems. So I know Detroit is banged up, but I'm still going to lean to Detroit. I feel like we haven't seen enough of Jahmyr Gibbs, and I think he's going to have a pretty solid game for Detroit.
KK?
I'm picking the Ravens. The Lions are on the road, second week in a row. I got the score 20-19. Justin Tucker game-winning field goal.
62-yarder.
Yeah, 55. Sammy, what you trying to do now? Come on my side this time. Come on my side.
I mean, the Sharks and the
Pause.
tickets. The Sharks and the tickets are going that way, so I'm going Lions.
Yeah, but you can't put much stock in this though, Sammy. If you look at it, the ticket and the cash match. It's when the tickets and the cash don't match is when you start to think, oh, the Sharps know something that we don't. So, for example, if the tickets were at like 70%, but the cash was like 70% on the Lions, and then the cash was like 60% on the Ravens, then you know why are the Sharps going after the Ravens when the public is going after the Lions. So that's when it actually like, makes the difference. Here they are almost dead even, so I don't think you can even gather anything from that. But I still like your pick of the Lions.
73% of the cash is.
You can learn a lot from listening to Vic, y'all. By the way, y'all can learn a lot.
What do you?
Y'all could be a degenerate. Y'all could be a degenerate gambler if you listen to Vic. You may come up.
I have to admit something, but I'll admit it as we close out on the show.
At the end. So the next game that I have, I think, is semi-watchable. You got the Pittsburgh Steelers at the Los Angeles Rams. So the Rams are favored by 3. The over/under is 44. KK.
And just as like A-Rod was saying about Dan Campbell, every time I want to bet against Mike Tomlin, he just does some shit, right? And I really want to pick the Rams because I'm picking the Steelers though. I really want to pick the Rams, but I'm picking the Steelers.
KK's going all AFC North today.
I guess so.
A-Rod, who you got? I can't believe you went Steelers. I'm still stuck. My bad.
I'm stuck too on this one too.
I don't know. Can I go? Because this isn't fucking hard for me. Give me the Rams. They're at home. It's East Coast. East Coast going West Coast.
Take it.
Easy pick for me.
I'm going Rams too. I'm going to the degenerate way.
I was just more
low wolf.
I was stuck that KK picked the Steelers. That's all. I wasn't stuck on the pick. I was stuck that KK. I was like, you see me pause when he said Steelers? I was super shocked.
I mean, I
said I really want to pick the Rams, but I'm picking the Steelers, and I'm sticking to it.
Dan Campbell.
I respect it.
Because of Dan Campbell for the Lions, it's the same way I think about Mike Tomlin. Every time I go against Mike Tomlin, he always wins. Every single time.
I have Dan Campbell. KK has Mike Tomlin.
Yeah.
All right. So the next game that I got on the docket at 4 p.m. The Chargers at the Chiefs. Kansas City's favored by 5.5. The over/under is 48. Usually this game I want it to be good, but it ends up turning out to be like kind of mid. But hopefully it does turn out to be pretty good. I want the Chargers to be good. I think everybody wants the Chargers to be good, but they're cursed forever. So Vic, who you got?
We've been waiting since Philip Rivers.
This one's got me fucked up. Can A-Rod go first this time? I don't think you gone first yet.
I'm going KC. Just because Chargers have had the better end of the stick against KC the last couple of years, I'm going KC this time.
KK.
Damn. I really want to pick the Chargers. I really do. I didn't like what I saw against the Broncos last week, and they have a long layoff. The Chiefs are at home, though. Let me go with the Chiefs. It's just
Okay, so Sammy. I'm sorry, KK, go ahead. Keep
I
going.
was gonna say I'm just tired of seeing the Chargers lose. So like I really want to pick the Chargers. Now, if I'm a gambling man, you said 5 is the spread?
5.5.
Yeah.
I think 5.5. I think that's too much. I actually think that's way too much.
I think so too.
I would think the Chargers cover, but outright winning, I got the Chiefs.
All right, and this is the perfect. I'm gonna go with Chargers here, by the way, and here's why. So, Sammy, this is the perfect example. So, if you look at the money line on Pro Football Focus, you see that the cash is at 67%, and the tickets are at 27%. That math don't jive, baby. Sharp knows something. Give me the Chargers money line there.
Give me the Chargers too. I'm riding with Vic because I feel it. I feel like the heartbreaking loss to the Cowboys. This is the time for them to just get their shit back on track. So yeah, let's do that.
Y'all crazy. I'm still taking the Chiefs.
Chargers, baby.
All right. So game of the week probably Sunday night. Sorry, KK. Dolphins at Eagles. Philadelphia is favored by 2.5. The over/under is 52. Good God.
That's right.
You know what? I'm not going to start with you, KK. I'm going to start with Vic this time.
Fuck me again. All right.
Or start with A-Rod. A-Rod,
So-
you want to pick?
Give me Philly, man.
Philly. Vic.
This one's not hard for me. I have to fit my own narrative, which earlier was that Dolphins are frauds. So fly, Eagles, fly, baby.
Fly, Eagles, fly for me too. KK, you're the last one.
Show me a gun, but I'm picking the
Uh-oh.
Eagles.
I swear to God, I had this whole thing prepared in my head where I was like, I imagined KK just saying, you know, man, and just giving us this whole spiel about how weak the Eagles are, and then him picking the Dolphins just to do that same kind of anti-juju that he does on the Cowboys. But I'm proud of you, man. You didn't do that.
This time I can't do that. I'm rocking with the Eagles. Definitely take that over. 1,000% take that over.
All right, guys. So we got about, we're going a little bit longer than usual, but I think because we got the NBA coming up, which we can still kind of touch on next week as well, which I think will probably make next week, up to you guys, of course, too, but make next week a little bit more NBA.
Let's dig in.
But,
I'm excited right now.
Let's start it off first. Oh, I didn't even pull up the players either. Crap. I'm going to have to wing this one. So who do you love? Who do you love? So the guy that I wanted to talk about for our Who Do You Love segment, pause. Was kind of a guy that doesn't really get talked about as much as maybe he should, and that's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Is it Shea?
Shay? No, I thought it was Shai. Is it Shay?
Shay.
It's Shay. Oh.
He's Canadian. Who cares?
I like Shai better anyway. I came very unprepared for this segment. I just knew who I wanted to talk about. Pause. I knew who I wanted to talk about, but I don't have.
I got names.
I don't have names. You got
You
names?
want me to do the names?
Do the names. Let's do it.
I'll do the names.
Yes, sir.
We each give a name.
Ooh, I like that. We each give a name.
All right.
All right. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander or John Morant.
Ooh,
That's tough right up.
That's
I'm
a
coming
good
out.
You came out. You're coming out hot, bro.
Are we talking suspension in play here? Or
We're talking 2023 season moving forward. Who do you want as your guy?
Give me Shay. Give me Shay. Say me how fucked up. Give me Shay.
Hey, Rod.
Oh, man. Give me John Morant still.
Sammy.
With the gun.
Show
so
me the gun.
difficult. This is, dude. You came out swinging, bro.
Hey, I don't play.
Yeah.
It's usually like the last one that we do.
I'm just getting shit started. That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying.
This is usually like the last two. He started off real
Yeah.
hot. Yeah, I'm taking Shea here.
Just while we're waiting on Sammy to make a decision,
I'm taking
I'll
Shea.
go
I'm
John
taking
Morant.
Shea. I'm taking Shea.
All right, show me the gun, John.
Here's because John Morant's the better player right now, right? But I just like the size of Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. I think I like a player with a little bit more size. You know, like pause. So yeah, that's how I'm feeling right now. That's why I went with Shea. I think they both have great offensive games and they're both great in their own aspects. But I'm telling you how I would construct my team, and that would be way.
Okay, who wants to go next? Who's got another player?
I'll let A-Rod go.
SGA or Donovan Mitchell?
But easy for me.
Who's going first? Go ahead, Vic.
I'll go. Yeah. So this one's definitely the defense, but you're making defenses, which is where I like my point guards. You know, defense and facilitating. I like my wings to be the scorers. You know what I'm saying?
I got you.
Similar to another team that plays basketball.
I'm taking SGA. I saw how he's able to like draw contact at ease. Like he abuses other teams and gets them in foul trouble, and that's a very good trait to have. So I'm gonna take SGA.
Yeah, I'm gonna take SGA. The fact that he's able to score that many points without even a 3-point shot is incredible. Plus his size is just, the dude's such a nasty player, and he's just underappreciated because he's not so like well known. He's not Steph Curry. He's not doing anything like that. He's just dropping 31 points, casual.
Very casual.
I'm taking Donovan Mitchell still. I like SGA, but I just feel like we have a too small sample size on him. And it was one. Every year's been good. He's been getting better every year statistically.
Yeah, it's only 24. What are you talking about? Come on, bro.
But he took a huge jump this year. So I'm still taking Donovan Mitchell.
I think he was still balling last year too.
He was balling. Absolutely was balling last year.
Wasn't putting 30 points.
31 points, 51% field goal percentage, 35 from three.
90.
Five assists, 5 rebounds a game. I mean, it's that
1.6 steals.
Yeah,
like,
almost.
He averaged a block.
He
averaged a block and a steal, 1.5 steals a game. Like,
I know, dude. That's what I'm saying. Like, I love this guy. That's why I've been high on him. So, okay. I guess it's my turn to give somebody. So I'm going to go ahead and throw out a young man by the name of Devin Booker.
God damn it,
I was hoping you would do that. Let me go first on this one. I'm taking Devin Booker, and I know he's a little bit of a crybaby, and sometimes he gets on everyone's nerves. But that dude is an assassin. Like I like the assassin in my foxhole. I'll take Devin Booker, even though normally I don't pick light skinned people. But I'm gonna choose the light skinned people person today, and I'm gonna go with Devin.
I don't know how I could top that pause, but I'm definitely going to go SGA, mostly because I saw what happened. So again, this is going to be a common theme on our podcast this year. I'm a DeAndre Ayton apologist, and I hated what went down with him and Devin Booker and DeAndre Ayton, and I think SGA would never. So I'm going with Shea there.
Yeah, stop fucking me up with that Shea shit.
I'm going SGA because I don't know what the light skin do.
All right. So guys, thanks for being a fan of the Fairweather podcast. We're canceled now. But in all seriousness though, okay, I'm definitely taking Shea here, and here's why. This man almost dragged Oklahoma City. Wait, did they make? No, they didn't make playoffs last year. But almost dragged Oklahoma City to the playoffs last year by himself. Devin Booker never sniffed the playoffs until until other people got there, until Aiden got there, until other supporting pieces got there. There was no Chet Holmgren was gone all of last year. He had Josh Giddey or whatever, but whatever. It's a rookie. He's this guy is the real deal. I think he's a winner. I really do. I'm excited to see if he stays there past his first contract. But man, he's good. He's really good.
Listen, Devin Booker doesn't have he's not the point guard. You know what I mean? So it's a lot harder for the shooting guard to carry you to a playoff. Like Shai Gilgeous controls the whole game because that's his job. Devin Booker needs, like, the way he plays, he needs somebody to help control the game, and he gonna give you 30 points casually. You know what I mean? So that's the only reason why I would go in. I mean, I do like somebody who can control the game, so I would definitely, I can see why SGA would be a choice there. But I like the assassin today, so I'm choosing the light skinned assassin.
All right, Sammy, you're up, brother.
You're up.
I mean, you took mine, so I'm just gonna have to do this. I mean, it's gonna be a little messed up, and it might be a little too simple. If we're going two guard for two guard, I'm gonna go SGA or Jason Tatum.
I knew you were gonna do that. I knew you were gonna do
that. No. This is fucked
you
up.
Can't pick Jason Tatum. You can't pick Jason Tatum. He's a small forward. Okay.
Oh,
he plays power forward sometimes too. He plays power forward sometimes too.
Yeah. He does not play guard. Yeah. All right, here, Sammy. Can I give you one?
Keep going. Yeah, go ahead.
All right. Here, how about Shai or Ant Edwards?
Ooh, now there you go. I'm taking Ant. That's my dog right there. I'm taking Ant.
I'm taking Ant too, man.
You know what's crazy? Anthony Edwards is only 21 years old.
Yeah.
Sammy, I'd like to agree with you here, but man, I got to take this guy is incredible for being only 21 years old.
He's coming to his own right now, and when people go overseas and play international basketball like FIBA or Olympics, a lot of them always just come back a little bit better. So they need to get him out of Minnesota. Is all I'm saying. So
we need to get that KG trade. Let's get Kevin McHale back in that front office.
All right, so I didn't have any topics planned for the NBA. I know, A-Rod, you had put the NBA preview, the ESPN top 100 list. I just added in, same names, new places, Damian Lillard to Milwaukee, Jrue Holiday, Porzingis to Boston, some of the bigger highlighted trades that happened this offseason. So I figured, A-Rod, if you want to kind of guide the conversation with the top 100 list, I think that's probably a good starting point. Then we can kind of round robin it, kind of like an open forum, just kind of discuss kind of things that we're excited about, what we expect to see, or even some hot takes on like, I'm not really sold on this team, or I'm not really sold on this over here. But yeah, go ahead, A-Rod.
I didn't put the top 100. I didn't put that there at all.
Who put that?
Whoever did it was a good idea.
I thought it was it UK yet?
I don't remember if I did. Maybe I did. Oh, I did it last week.
Okay.
I did it last week.
Go ahead.
Let's can't talk about the top 100 then.
Real talk, because last week we talked about some crazy wacky things we've seen, and now some crazy wacky things have been on this list. So obviously, I think what I've learned with ESPN is that they do this shit to get clicks and get people talking
and get people to send it. You know what I mean? To get people to send it to people.
Because honestly, they literally have Ja Morant 35th, Kyrie Irving 34th. They have Paolo Banchero already better than Ja Morant, Darius Garland, Bradley Beal. Like, come on. Like, Brandon Ingram is not better than Ja Morant.
White.
Like, De'Aaron Fox. I don't know. So, I want to talk about, if you guys have the list pulled up, like, what would you say you agree with the most, and what would you say is the most egregious? So, for example, I think those are my egregious ones. Like, having those two guys down there. They got like Zion, like at 57. They got. I don't know. The list doesn't make sense to me from as far as like egregiousness. Now, as far as like what I think I can agree with. I like who's in the top 10. I'm not too crazy about the order of the top 10
either.
But because like, what's the criteria? The guy that won the Finals MVP, is he the best player? They have Giannis still. The guy who won the regular season MVP, is he the best player? They still have Giannis over him. You got Luka Doncic, who is my pick for MVP this year. So I think based on what I'm seeing here, I understand why Giannis is number one, But I think Luka, out of looking at this top 10, Luka this year, when has he come into camp in shape? Never. He's coming into camp in shape. He's going for the MVP this year. He's going to average a triple-double MVP.
Why is LeBron number 9? Like,
what's wrong with that?
For this year. Like, I'm not
What's
saying
wrong?
Career. I'm just saying, like,
what's wrong with that?
This year.
What's wrong with that?
I just think, I still think what he's doing is incredible. I still consider him, one of the.
You taking Devin Booker?
I probably would take Devin Booker over him, right now, at this moment.
Hey, I just want to say, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander is 8. So.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. I wish I was like, damn, that's dope. And Jason
Tatum's
Tatum's number 6.
LeBron being in the top 10?
Or if you don't have a problem with him being top 10, do you have a problem with AD being 10?
Yeah. Well, see, it comes down to, like, what are they factoring? Because when he's healthy, he is a top 10 player. When he gives his all, he's a top 10 player.
Okay.
But
when is he healthy?
Can't rely on his health.
Right.
But I've seen him go drop 40 and 20 and 7 blocks.
Right. But, like, to your point, though,
yeah,
when he's healthy, he's top 10. And just like when Ja Morant is healthy, he's definitely better than 35th. Am I right?
Okay, so Kevin Durant has played less games than Anthony Davis. He's number 7. Steph Curry be missing seasons on seasons. He's number 4. So, like, Joel Embiid be missing 30 games a year, and he's number 3. So, like, we can't always just use that criteria for everybody because there's no consistency there.
No,
there's no consistency there.
I was just making those two as an example. Like, if you're going to talk about availability, because Ja's not going to be available this year, that's why he's 35th, which makes sense, right? Because he's going to be suspended, I believe, for at least part of the season. So, I mean, but we know Anthony Davis is good for 20 games out, right? Easy. Like, 15, right?
That's fair.
How about Wemby, number 47, hasn't played a fucking game yet?
Exactly. Now, last year, Kevin Durant played 47 games. Anthony Davis played 56. So it's like, what are we doing here? You know what I mean? So,
agreed.
Yeah, I can't use that. It's hard for me to use that. Like, that's a fact. So.
I respect that.
Can I give you my most egregious? I just need to get this off my chest because it really upsets me. So obviously, I know what you guys think I'm going to say. You guys think I'm going to say Derek White being left off the top 100, which is absolutely egregious. And I will just mention it. I'm not going to harp on it. But the fact that fucking Kristaps Porzingis is number 60 fucking 2, and CJ McCollum is 44.
44.
Fuck. What the fuck? Klay Thompson's 41. Evan Mobley 40. These people are not better than Porzingis when he's healthy. I'm sorry. This is insane. Bradley Beal 37. Fuck out of here.
Bradley Beal is like that. Okay, Bradley Beal is like that. But
is he better?
So here's the problem. What are we basing it on? Because Kristaps, we know he might get hurt. He might not show up when he really needs to. So those are things that you got to consider.
But didn't he play like 65 games last year?
Yes, he did. And here's the thing: is like, why do you have people like Jalen? Hey, no disrespect, A-Rod. I like Jalen Brunson, but why do you have people like Jalen Brunson over fucking Kyrie Irving? Kyrie Irving's one of the best finishers I've ever seen in my fucking life. And I hate the dude, and he's incredible. And he's 34. Yeah, I mean, fuck him. But he's still
we talk about people who don't play games. Paul George be playing 40 games a year, and they got him 18th over people like.
I don't even remember when I saw Kawhi Leonard on the fucking court. He's 24.
I saw him do an interview the other day. I was like, oh, he's still playing.
He's still in the NBA. So yeah, I think they're just trying to get. I mean, yeah, like, come on now, like, yeah, I can't put too much stock in it. Now, the other thing, it would be hard for us to make our own top 100. I know that because like we all have. Because it really comes down to, like, what are our criteria? Like, some people like the slashers, some people like the ball handlers, some people like the assassins, some people like the defenders. It's hard to really, like, you know what I mean? So I'm going to just leave it there.
All right, so I know we got tip-off next week. I think you brought up a really good point. Boss. Like, for this part, like, for this top 100, why don't we all make, like, a top 20? And that can be kind of the start of our conversation for next week. I think that'll be dope. Because we got tip-off next week anyway. And there might be one or two games going on, and we can still kind of.
Are we not gonna do the podcast on a different night? It's Celtics Knicks opener on Wednesday next week.
Hey, bro. Put it on the TV. Don't be
iPod?
satisfied.
That's A-Rod's call.
Don't be
That's
sad.
the boss. A-Rod's the boss, man.
I'm not the boss, man.
KK the boss, man.
It'll break my heart, man.
Live pod on A-Rod's gigantic fucking couch.
Casting couch.
Whoa. I mean, we could watch the game on the couch and live stream it. Oh. We will talk, guys. We'll talk after the show.
That sounds like a tremendous idea.
We'll talk after the show. Anyway, but yeah, top 20 is tough, man. Can we
15.
top 15?
15. Yeah, that's 15. 15 good. 15 good. I was just saying because I know we're all gonna have similar like top 5. You know what I mean? Like I feel like the top 5 is. Because I didn't have. I don't know about you guys. I didn't have an issue with the top 5. Maybe the order, but like as far as the 5 go, I was like, I think that's
fine.
pretty.
We also need to do our picks next week as far as who's going to be the MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, Rookie of the Year.
100%.
Maybe our finals choices. Maybe. We'll see.
I think next week's going to be a strictly NBA show. We're going to take college football out of there.
Yeah, we go all in on NBA next week because we got to talk about Dame. We got to talk about Jrue. We got to talk about James Harden's bum ass. Golly, like that whole situation. Come on now, like just go to the Clippers, please. Like I don't want nothing to do with you.
And here's a wild take. I think Jrue Holiday to the Celtics moves the needle more than Damian Lillard to the Bucks.
I'm with you,
not
brother.
a hot take.
I'm with you, brother.
I'm with you on that one too, actually, because that's what the Celtics have been missing this whole time. We need somebody like Jrue Holiday. So I'm 1,000% not off board on that either. So, yeah.
What do you got, KK?
Anything? You got A-Rod, you got anything on the Knicks?
Man, just don't trade for James Harden, whatever you do, please. Just don't do it.
He's going to LA, bro.
Seriously, what is going on with that situation over there in Philly, man?
Yo, first of all, I never wanted Daryl Morey to begin with. So the moment he walked into our locker room, I was like, well, I'm going to have to deal with his analytic ass for the next how many years and be second round exits every year. And James Harden, quite frankly, with him and without him, our record would be exactly the same, in my opinion. I think Tyrese Maxey is about to now finally be free to go take that next step because I think Tyrese Maxey is a dog. Like the way which we saw, like with SGA, like once he finally got, full control of the offense, and it was his to run. I think that's what we can see from Tyrese Maxey. I think he's got that it, and he loves the game of basketball. So I only want people on my team that want to be there, that love to be there. James Harden would rather be at the strip club, Fashion Week, soccer game, high as shit,
Little baby,
like all this other shit, but play basketball. So let him go to LA. He can go cook out there with Russ, and they do what the hell they want to do, and I'll be fine. Move on.
Notice he didn't say PG-13 and Kawhi because they don't play. So
yeah, but they're still like top 20 fucking players.
Somehow ESPN. Exactly. That's all I got.
That's all I got. What do you got, A-Rod?
You can find us on X at fair_weather pod. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Search the Fair Weather Podcast, and wherever you subscribe or listen to podcasts, you can catch the audio there. KK, what's that announcement you have to make?
I've become a degenerate sports gambler, and I need help.
Sandro Tonali over here.
I'm always every week I keep doing like prop bets like for players and stuff. So Vic, we're gonna talk out off air because I need some help because I'm
what kind of help
tired
do you
of losing.
need? Oh, he's tired of losing. I'll send you a phone number. I think you need the number.
No. I see that phone number on the bottom of the screen for DraftKings. I'm good. I don't have a problem. Okay. I just like do my little DraftKings lineup and try to hit the parlay on college football and NBA and NFL and baseball sometimes. It's happening. Your influence. Your influence.
Sorry, KK, keep going.
I'm just saying your influence is felt, but I need a hit. So that's
my first recommendation would be get rid of the parlays immediately. They're money traps. If you want to string some games together, guys, and you want to feel that 3-game parlay, don't do a parlay. Instead, do like a 5-point or 7-point teaser. That's a little bit easier to hit than a parlay, and it still gives you that same kind of juice that a parlay would give you. So teasers are definitely a great way to go instead of a parlay.
I'll be missing these things by like out of 7 or 8 picks. I'll be missing by like 1, 2.
Oh my
And
god!
it'd be like,
You're doing
Jesus.
7
He's trying to hit
to
the fucking
8?
My guy's trying to hit the fucking lottery over here.
Jesus
I'm trying to hit,
Christ.
y'all. I'm trying to hit, man. I'm trying to hit. So yeah.
I love it. I love it.
I feel confident, man. I'm trying to hit, dog. So yeah.
God.
Well,
I love it. I love it.
my message to the fans: don't be me. Be better than me. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, don't do what I do.
And with
Suspension.
that, thank you guys for listening.
Oh, okay, Sammy, you mind if I give a final thought real quick? I'm
Go
sorry.
ahead, hit it.
I just wanted to say to everybody listening, I know we, you and KK have built up quite the audience over the past few years. So I just want to say to them, I know not a lot of you guys have probably are into the United States men's national team. I think we need as many fans as we can get. So I just want to encourage everybody to start watching the games, going to the games. This is it's a fun team to watch when Berhalter is not doing his bullshit. Especially with the young guys that we have. So tune into them whenever you can. We have an upcoming Nations League match, which it's a league. It's a couple games that actually mean something, but against Trinidad and Tobago. So in November. So I highly recommend everybody, get prepared, learn the team before that, and try and give it a watch and see how you feel about soccer afterwards.
I agree.
Hell yeah. And with
Peace.
that, peace, y'all.